guess we're live and ready to go, huh?
Let's go.
Anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Saltcity 100.
We're here.
Tommy Estes, thanks for joining us. Thanks for USAC being here. And Kaylee, are you live with us on the phone?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. Thanks. Hang tight here a minute. We'll get some interviews going here real quick, Kaylee. So thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Excited for you to be here and just excited for this whole weekend. Tommy, thanks USAC for being here. And it's been a long road to get this together, isn't it, Tommy?
Yeah, you and I talked, probably about a year ago. About maybe this could come to tuition here, and it's you guys have done a great job here. And I've been here since Sunday, kind of making circles and seeing what we got. And we got a strong field of cars coming, and there's 3 or 4 that are really rookies coming, but they're all going to be rookies since that's the first time we're here.
That's right. First time at the big half mile here in Hutchinson. Kaylee, again, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time. I know you got a busy schedule ahead of you, but when are you headed to Hutchinson?
Yeah. Luckily, it's not too far away. It's only a 4-hour. Out there, and such a stacked field too, and it's a pretty cool place whenever we go to the fairgrounds, and it always puts on a good show, and the Silver Crown always puts on a good show, so really looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So what's the most funnest part of getting behind the wheel of a race car? What's your most thrill?
It's just looking forward to it is honestly a really fun part. And then whenever you finally get behind the wheel, it's like a relief because you've been waiting so long to do it. And it's a lot of fun once you get out there and you feel the motor underneath you, and you're trying to wheel a big horsepower car. These Silver Crown cars have a lot of power and they get going pretty fast, especially around a half mile with a lot of grip. So the cars are really fun to drive. They're fun to watch, and all around the Silver Crown cars are pretty unique. They've been around for a long time.
See, back before she was even born, we used to race the Hutch Nationals here, in the 100-inch cars back then, which is as close to a Silver Crown car that I can relate to in this area.
Yeah.
I've run some Silver Crown cars in my career, but, we won some races here with the 410 wing sprint car deal. And but I've never run a Silver Crown car here, but it's going to be a blast for them, I can tell you that.
Well, Kylie, we're going to get you at least 3 practice sessions on Friday, so hope you can get it dialed in and get it ready to go. And Kyler, you got any words of wisdom for Kaylee?
Buckle up tight. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think she knows how to do that. She's been on some big racetracks, so we've had her at all the mile tracks and everything like that, plus Fort Royal and the Bellevilles and stuff. So she'll be ready to go.
So how about Belleville? Is that your new favorite track?
Yeah, of course. I think once we got a win there, I think everybody that's asked me, that's probably my new favorite place now, just because we've done so good there. So, hoping to get the same luck here in Kansas.
We have the same thing in common. That's my favorite track too.
Yeah,
I've won more sprint car races there than anybody is, and so I love that place.
Okay, so let's let the audience know what is the difference between Hutch half mile and Belleville half mile.
Well, this one right here, I would call it like a paper clip. Belleville is more of an oval, a little bit of a D-shaped, but this thing here, you got some straightaways, time to breathe and relax. Belleville, you're always in a corner, but the speeds are going to be similar.
So how fast? So everybody listen. How fast were average, not average speed? What's the top speed they'll be probably hitting here?
I mean, Kaylee probably know better than me. I've been out of the seat too long, but I'm going to say here, probably their top speed down the straightaway is going to be 95,
95?
close to 100.
Close to 100.
Yep.
Yeah,
In the non-lane car.
And a lot of that depends on track condition too. So we'll get a good idea of that on practice, and the fans will be able to see how fast we're really going out there.
Well, Kaylee, we've been doing a lot of work since April on this racetrack. We bought in Mike Van Genderen, and he kind of reshaped it and everything else, taught us a lot of stuff. We've been working on this track hard to get a good racing surface. Tommy's been here all week and with Kyler here working on this track, try to get it ready to go. So I got the faith in these guys that'll have you a good race surface to go.
We've already dumped over 100,000 gallons of water on it. So
and it's just Wednesday.
It's going to be real quick then. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing we want to do is I want to give them a cushion. You know, these cars here need a cushion to bang off of instead of a fence. So we want to get them a cushion up there and then let them do the rest.
Kyler, you got to learn how to get that.
Fun part.
Carl, you got to learn how to get that cushion up there for us. So we'll have a cushion,
attention.
okay?
Yeah, I know the modified stuff, they're not going to like it too much, but we're going to have a cushion for Saturday night for sure.
Yeah, well,
it'll make it exciting too. That's some good racing.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite track, Kaylee, or is this your last win? You got to be your favorite.
The last one's for sure my favorite. Definitely Belleville is going to be the top of my list right now.
Yeah. So what if you win here?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Ask me after the feature.
I will. I'm going to
depends on how much you're going to pay her. Which one she's going to like the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, I want to meet you, Kaylee. I want to see you. I want to come see you after our practices, talk to you, see how everything's going and stuff. And we'll have a lot of photographers and stuff around here too to document what's happening here. And Kaylee, just so you know, this track was set to be demolished and torn down. And we came back in last September. We were racing up at Boone, and we came back and met with the fair board and asked to let me give them a proposal to keep this track open. And so I ended up doing that. Went through a lot of work with a lot of people to help us keep this track open. And we're on a 1-year contract to make this go. And I want to show this fair board what this track can do and what this will be. And that's why this is such a crucial race for us from that part. But to keep this racetrack alive here in Kansas is our goal. For many, many years. And I just want to get a longer contract going forward. And hopefully I can have it here in the next, I don't know. I'm hoping next month I can have a contract or something at least solid for, a 3 or 5 year deal. And then we can just keep you guys coming back every year.
Yep. We're going to love it.
Yeah. That's the best thing we can do is get the Silver Crown cars out there. A lot of fans. I think it's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah. So I hope you're sharing where you're going and what you're doing, and all your fans will come race with you and watch you and cheer you on. And make this thing be a huge success for everybody. And got to pack these stands. And I think we will. I think there's a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement.
I think so too.
So headed out here Friday. I can't wait to see you here. Tommy, is there anything we're missing that you?
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys have tagged on all of it. I mean, we've got the hype built up for this deal. I think we're going to have a grandstand full of people, and they're going to see one heck of a show.
There's a couple seats here,
There's just a few seats here in this grandstand.
That's right.
In the town of Hutchinson and the surrounding towns, the support is huge. Everybody's wanting this racetrack to stay. The neighbors around here are excited about it from that standpoint too. So just, again, everybody, we got to pack these grandstands. We got to fill them up. And let's get this contract so we can make it happen. But you're right. There's quite a few seats here. We can fill it up. It's been filled before.
I've seen it full, and I want to see it again.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're going to get there this weekend.
I love it.
Love it. So, Kaylee, are you ready to go? Is the car ready, or are your crew still working on the car, or where are you at there?
Yeah, so I'm based out of Oklahoma. I actually haven't been home in a couple months, so I actually came home a little bit early before the race. And my crew's in Indiana, and they're leaving in the morning and heading down for the race, and the car's ready to go. It's about loaded in the box, and we'll be ready to go for Friday night.
Sweet.
Awesome.
So you are in Oklahoma. Okay, good. So, yeah, get out there and tell everybody where you're going, Kaylee. Make sure they know you're coming here, and get your fans here and spread it out there for us. And I can't wait to meet you and can't wait to watch you scream around this racetrack.
She's an Oklahoma girl. I'm an Oklahoma guy. You got another Oklahoma girl on the show here after a while.
Yeah, so we got Casey Jo Gimel's going to get on here in a little bit. She's from Oklahoma. What is it? Fort Supply?
Fort Supply is where she's
Oklahoma.
from.
So she's going to join us here.
And then I'm from Ada.
So he drives an A-Mod here for us, races with us here. So a lot of girl power here tonight.
Thanks. Appreciate you, Phil.
Yes, a lot of girl power here coming and stuff too. So, again, Kaylee, thanks for joining us. I don't want to take too much of your time. I just can't thank you enough to being on the show with us and getting things fired off and ready to go. We are pumped and ready. We've got our T's crossed, our I's dotted, and we're ready to go racing. And I can't wait for Friday night at 6:15 when the first cars get out here and slam around here a little bit.
Yep, it's going to be
Yeah,
exciting.
thanks for having me on. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
All right, Kayla, let us know when you get here, and we'll get you all parked and pit and ready to go and have some fun. But again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for racing with us, number one, and come out here and have some fun, and then tell everybody how much fun it was to come race around at this big half mile.
You don't get to enjoy the family time being close to home.
Yeah,
That's what's cool.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
not a lot. Not a lot. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it.
yeah.
It's gonna be a good weekend too. So got family coming out and looking forward to be back on a half mile.
All right. Well, sounds good, Kaylee. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all the input. Thanks for the support more than anything, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
And if I could have some bets rolling around, I think I'd have to put a little bit of money on you, Kaylee. Okay.
We can do that.
We can do that,
Yeah,
right?
we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that in USAC.
Yeah, USAC has betting in it now.
Does it really?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It
Well,
does.
I guess we can get some bets going.
There
so,
you go.
Kayla,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some money on you. Okay. Don't let me down. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Take
Sounds
care of that
good.
right rear. Make sure it's still good there for the last 25 laps.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be one of the deals here. Is they're gonna have to save their tires. You know, we're gonna allow the 20s, the 25s, and the F85, which is the mile tire for the right rear corner. But I'm gonna guess that most of them's gonna go with the 25 just because we got the SC12 on the left rear, and they're gonna have to take care of them for 100 laps to make it to the end.
You know,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
one thing that's really cool, Tommy and I were talking, that they have spotters that come up into the stands. So we're
Oh,
gonna-
really?
We're
Yeah.
gonna have to reserve them a section.
Wait a minute. Can they talk to Kaylee?
Yes.
Oh, they can talk to the drivers. Really?
Yeah. So we'll talk about a fan experience to have their crews up there talking to the drivers when you're sitting around these group of people doing that. That's gonna be awesome.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Nikki, I bet I want that in the
we'll have
modified.
full-on conversation while we're out there driving.
Yeah, Kayla, my son drives a modified, and I can't tell how much times I'd love to be talking to him in the racetrack.
My radio overrides their spotters radios whenever we talk, or they're supposed to. Some of them don't, but they're supposed to. But yeah, they get tired. They don't want when they're having their conversations. They don't want me talking to them.
Well, I will say that for Jake's sake, I hope they never start that.
Yeah, Kaylee, Jacob probably would not like me when I got on.
He
that.
would pull that plug right out of his helmet. Be like, "Shut up!"
I wouldn't want my dad talking to me either.
Yeah, I get it. So, anyway, Kaylee, again, thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the support. And we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a blast. We're going to fill these stands. And I hope you take this checkered flag again because it'll be so cool and so fun to put the history here. The first time of these Silver Crown cars to be here. And you to do a double win for Kansas.
Do the Kansas sweep.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, I'll try to do the Kansas sweep.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Kaylee, thanks for joining us. And good luck. We'll see you here Friday afternoon.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you guys there.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Yep, thanks.
All right, she seems like a ball of fire. That's going to be fun to have her here. And she's the only woman too, right?
She's the only woman running the dirt stuff this weekend. We do have
Okay.
another girl, Taylor Ferns, that runs the asphalt stuff, and she's got her dirt car for sale right now. She's running some Indy Light stuff, what they call Next series now.
Gotcha.
She's doing some of that and focusing on that, but she runs all of our pavement stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
Kaylee's the only one that runs all of them.
That's cool. So anyway, going to be fun, right, Kyler?
That's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to it.
And I do think we want to learn this, how to get the
It's where we can talk to
no, not get yeah. Jake can
Oh.
pull his out.
them.
No, we got to get the track set up so we can have the.
Oh, hey, I'm learning it.
You're
I'm
learning it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're taking notes.
We're
got good
taking notes. We're taking notes.
We're going to do something. It may be screwed up. We're going to do something. I can promise you.
I ain't worried about that.
But we know, no matter what it is, it's going to be exciting.
It's
Yeah.
going to be exciting.
Yep.
Going to be fun. So everybody, we're going to kick off Friday night with 3 practice sessions for the Silver Crown cars. We're going to kick off a full show of A-mods, full show of super stocks, and a full show of
Stock cars.
stock cars.
Yep.
And then
And-
sprint cars run their heat races.
And Kyler, you talked me into it, but we're going to do it. We're going to pay $500 to win a sprint car heat race,
Ain't that awesome?
isn't it?
Some
500,
places you can't even go win that in a feature.
No kid.
500 to win, 400 for second, 300 for third, 200 for second, and 100 for fourth place. Right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could get a
5, 4, 3,
ride.
2, 1.
Wonder if I
bet
could get a
I-
ride.
Well, we could probably find you a ride.
Tommy, he just wants to run the heat race.
I just want to run the heat race. That's about all I'd be good for. I'd be tired
You
after
wore
about-
out after that,
Yeah.
right?
If I remember right, 8th place even pays $100.
Yeah.
Something like
So
It pays 100 all the way back to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll have 3 heat races.
Yeah, 3 heat races, and if we get more than that, we're still going to keep 3 heat races. We'll just put 10
Yep.
into a heat race on this big place. There's no,
Okay, are we qualifying your sprint cars?
No, we will not qualify.
You're going to draw, run a heat race,
Yep.
line them up after that.
Yep.
Tommy, you'll come out for Saturday and with time trials, right?
We'll come out and have a little practice session first, just
Okay.
a real quick one, and then I'll keep the cars in the infield, and y'all will do a couple little things in between, and then I will qualify them following right after that.
One car per
Yes.
track.
Yeah, we only do one car
And
qualifying.
2 laps.
Over ground. 2 laps.
2 laps and it's fastest
lap.
best lap of the 2.
Yep.
And you line a heads up or you invert?
Heads up.
Heads up. There
Yep.
we go. I love that lining up heads up.
Yep.
Kyler,
The way
see?
it ought to be.
Fastest
I mean-
car starts up front.
I mean, that's
We
how
got
NASCAR
100.
does
You
it.
got 100 laps to get there. If you
You got a
stumble
little
in
ways to-
qualifying, you got
got
time
some-
to get there.
You got time to get there and stuff too. So, and the other thing, you're saying it's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to run that race, right? So everybody's going to get
That's
their money's
about the average. Yeah.
They're going to get their money's worth with it. Yellows count
Yellow flags count up to lap 98.
98. Then
Yep.
we got,
Then we have to have a green, white checker to finish the race off.
okay, and then will you line them up every time double file?
No.
Or you do the Delaware
There's single file starts.
single file starts every time?
Yep. Yep. I ain't got brave enough to do that double file starts on these miles and stuff like that yet in open wheel cars.
Yeah, I get it. So anyway, 100 laps.
No fuel stops.
No fuel
I mean,
stops.
we will have a live pit road right down there where they can come in and do what they need to do. But on half miles, I will not let them back out except on yellow flags.
Got to get a yellow to get back out.
Yep. Now, if I've got one that's close, I'll give them a little bit of time to get them back out, but they can't enter the racetrack once the racetrack goes green.
Once it goes green. So, okay. And, Tommy, I got all the faith in the world in you to make this track go to hold for 100. A lot of people asking me, is it really going to hold 100? I said, I don't have a doubt in my mind it's going to hold 100.
It's going to be 100 laps no matter what. So it's we're going to run them all.
You're going to run them all.
Yep.
It's going to be fun, going to exciting. So,
We're going to do our best to get it where, we'll stay racy for the 100 laps. But then again, you touched on it earlier about tires. They're going to have to take care of tires. I mean, I think
Yeah.
we're going to see different leaders. Some's going to go hard. Spotter's going to tell them slow down a little bit. Somebody else is going to go hard different times of the race. You're going to see some lead changes.
You'll see some lead changes. Some will have different strategies and stuff too.
Yep.
75-gallon fuel tank, and they'll make it the 100 laps
Oh,
on
yeah.
75 gallons.
Yep.
So that's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, can the crowd, can they get the receivers and listens to their favorite driver? Do they show their channel?
Yeah, all of our channels are showed, like even on our Flow broadcast system. It's
Awesome.
right there.
That's gonna be neat.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll be broadcasting on Flow. We haven't talked about that either. So
Yep.
everybody get your Flow subscription if you can't be here. But I really don't want you to. If you're close, you need to be here. I don't
Absolutely.
need you being in your garage here within 100 miles of this place. You need to be in these stands. If you can't be within 100 miles, jump on Flow so you can watch the race. I get that. But if you're anywhere within 100 miles of this place, you need to be in a stands. We need to-
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a lot
I mean,
more-
this is more critical than any.
That's exactly right.
Got to get people here to keep this place open.
That's exactly what this
Right.
is. So, anyway, I want to touch on a little bit. I want to jinx ourselves. Maybe a little bit of weather Saturday. If it does, we got set up to go Sunday. I don't want to do that. We want to keep everything Saturday, but we are set up if we have to. But I don't want to push into that. But we might have to.
See, everything I'm seeing is just quarter inch or so, and this place can take a quarter inch of rain. I can promise you.
Yes, it can.
So, I mean, we may have to wait 10 minutes and let it dry up, but then we're going to be good to go.
Yeah, we
I
got
think
plenty
we'll
of
be-
sand. We don't need a jet dryer.
Yeah.
I don't need a jet dryer. That's
We have a 10-minute delay somewhere through the program, but we're going to be fine. We're going to get it done Saturday night.
perfect. That's what I want to hear. What I want to see. So, Tommy, what else can we talk about? Stands in? We left out anything at all? Got to get Casey Joe in here and talk about her stuff and the girl power.
That's
that we
it.
got running around here
That's
this
it.
weekend.
You got some stout ones on the show today.
And
Me too.
some local guys. We got Danny Jennings and Kip Hughes. There's a lot of hubbub about people coming to watch them guys get in
Yep.
these cars. Danny Jennings got lots of laps out
He
there.
loves this place. There's been a Jennings race here
Yeah.
back before I started racing, and Danny, he just went and bought a Silver Crown dirt car, and this is going to be his first outing for it.
I talked to him. I don't know, what was that Nick, a couple weeks ago? We talked to him, and he was talking about the car and the motor and getting things ready to go. And just listening to his voice, he was excited,
Yeah, he is.
pumped, and ready to get back on this racetrack. I don't know how long it's been since he's been on the track or whatever, but he was. You could just tell in his voice he was ready.
Yep. And then he mentioned Kip Hughes. Kip's got a brand new dirt car also, so
Mhm.
they're coming out. It's going to
It's
be good.
Kip, I hope you can get up in the front and run with them. I've watched Kip run many times, and he's always up there in the top. So, Kip, good luck. And let's.
Somebody mentioned the other day that Kip's dang tall. I hope he can get underneath the roll bar. He's not looking above the roll bar.
They got tall cages on some of them.
I think he'll be okay. He told me on the phone here not too long ago that 100-inch wheelbase car, it just really kind of suits his driving style a lot more than like the regular sprint car and stuff does. And he says he's, the little bit of laps that he's been able to get on it, he's been real comfortable in it, and he's really excited.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
I wish you could have come here a couple times when we raced and just showed the people what those cars were like, but we just never got everything set up where he could get here to practice a little bit with the car and stuff, but that's okay.
Well, now it keeps it on an even playing field. Nobody has any practice laps
Any
with
practice
the Silver
or whatever.
Crown.
It's going to be green for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So going to be fun. So anyway, what have you left out for the schedule? We've kind of talked about we're going to run Friday. We talked about we're going to run Saturday.
Yep.
We got a couple announcements on the program for the contest for the tickets. We got to announce that. Yep. Tommy, what we did, we went out on our Saltcity page, and each class, from a modified stock, super stock, whatever, if you post a picture of your car, and whoever get the most likes would win 4 tickets.
Gotcha.
4 hats, 4 T-shirts, all to give away to a fan to come to the race.
Yeah,
so each
sweet.
class has got a winner, and I was surprised at how many we got.
I know. You want to go ahead and announce them now? I got them right here on my phone.
Let's announce the winners of each class that gets 4 tickets, 4 hats, 4 shirts to give away to any fan they want to give to. Correct?
Yep.
Is there anything else in the package?
4 tickets, 4 hats, 4 shirts.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yep, I clicked off of it here.
You clicked off of it. So here's our final winners of the contest of the Saltcity Racing fan page.
Okay, Ryan Green, IMCA Modified.
Really?
92 likes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good job, Ryan. Hey, next thing, what are we going to do? How they got to get their stuff? They're going to come out. We'll have to contact them and get the stuff to them.
I'm going to send I didn't do it yet because I wanted to announce them first, but I'm going to send you all a Facebook message tonight, and we'll get together
So they don't
and get
know
you all
yet,
that
right?
stuff.
No, we're just
They
now
were announcing it for the first
They
time.
could have looked, I
Yeah.
guess, and counted on the page. But
Yeah. But
again-
I'm going to Facebook message you, and then we'll work out the logistics of if you want to pick up the stuff or get it here or whatever. It doesn't matter. Stock car, Caleb Dale, 82 likes.
Good job, Caleb. Good job, Caleb. He's fun. Every time he's come down on I'm down in the scales each time, and he comes off that scales, got that big old smile on his face. He loves racing here.
Super stock, Chris Pitts.
I knew Chris would win that.
67 likes.
I knew Chris would win that.
Yeah.
Chris won our last race out here, Tommy, and the first race they come out to practice stuff. The car wasn't running very good and stuff, and they got it running finally. He come out, and him and Dustin Frenia owns the car, and when they were winning that race, they were so excited and pumped. I got him off the scales there, and Dustin gave me a high five. My hand hurt for 2 days after that. So he's so pumped and excited. So Chris, congratulations! Excited for you, buddy.
Okay, so you ready for this? Jimmy Brozick.
Hey,
The guy, everybody likes that guy.
Everybody loves Jimmy. Good job. Jimmy.
109 likes.
Right
That's
on.
big.
That
Big
right there
Staff-
shows you why he won. Everybody
Yeah,
likes it.
I know.
Stafford, Kansas.
I know. He won out here, and then the next week he
It was on fire,
was on fire.
but he's okay.
He's all right.
Just
Just
okay.
a little bit of oil.
I
It's
was
okay.
worried that it was the motor that blew on it, but it wasn't the fuel line.
Yeah.
So
So-
yeah, got lucky. He lit up about middle of 1 and 2, and didn't go out till curl over here past the gate.
And
It's not good.
our
No.
awesome fire
Yeah.
and safety crew
Got to
on that Agri Center side by side.
They
Yeah.
were there before he stopped.
They were there, and before he even had a chance to flop out of that car. So,
those guys did a great job.
yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Sprint car, TJ Kleiman. Did I say that right?
Yeah, right.
TJ got it, huh? All right, good guy.
He got 50 likes.
Right
That's,
on.
that's still good.
We only had a handful of sprint cars on there, maybe 3 or 4. And then Danny Jennings,
Of course,
with the
he won
Silver
that.
Crown car, he got 19 likes. There were only two people that posted Silver Crown cars on
Really?
there, so we're going to throw that in too.
There you
Well,
go.
the problem with that is too, Tommy. I bet most of your Silver Crown people don't know about our site. Probably
Right.
know about that
Right.
there, so we'll have to get them.
They
on it.
will after
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah,
Yep.
they'll get to know everything.
They'll be
about it.
followers.
Did y'all sell lap money too?
Yes,
We did.
Y'all might want to mention that. What y'all
Yeah.
done there?
So we've got it's $100 a lap. We've got them all sold. We got to post that. We haven't posted that yet, have we?
We have not.
We'll have some posters up around of all the people that bought the laps, and we raised some good
Yep.
money.
We'll have 2 4x8 billboards. We're going to have one where you come in the grandstand so you can look at it on your way in to get your ticket scanned, and then we'll have a second one in the pit area for all the drivers and teams to check
Top
out.
3
as well.
on every lap where you're doing it.
Yeah, so basically how he did it was he allowed 3 people to sponsor each lap, or if you wanted to be the only person on that lap, you paid $300. But he sold a majority of the spots on a majority of the laps, and we threw a few sponsors in there.
The breakdown of how it pays out. How does it do that? Like first place per lap, second place per lap, third place.
Yeah,
How do
the-
you do that?
I don't know how he did that.
I don't know. Good question. We had to find out. Jim Petty's behind that. And he's done a great job.
I knew he was doing it. I did.
We'll have to
didn't
figure
know
that out.
how it broke down.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know.
I know. We'll figure it out.
You know, we need to get Jim Petty here early one race and just have a little classroom session. He can talk
Yep.
about the
Oh,
history
he could.
because it's awesome.
And he's got a memory book like it's unbelievable of this place and anything with sprint cars and stuff too. So we had to find out how to pay out. I didn't think about the payout. I was just worried about getting the money collected.
Now you got to give it away.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's part of the fun.
Yep.
That's part of the fun, you know.
Yep.
So
I know my bunch is going to love it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad they are. It's going to be fun. Okay, what else can we live out here so we get Casey Joe on here?
Let's get her in here.
Okay, let's get her in here. Who wants to head up a mic? Tommy, you're going to get out? All right, Casey Joe.
We're gonna have a little fun back here on the racetrack too, I think.
Finally. So anyway, we wanted to have a little noise. We wanted Casey Joe to be out here too, but Casey Joe, your car's not quite ready. That's okay. Wish it was out here. Wish it was ready. Wish you could be screaming around here too, make a little noise. So we wanted some noise in the background. Casey Joe, you got to get in just a little bit. Gus is getting mad at us that we're not in this picture here. Now we're too far that way.
There we go.
There you go, Kyler. So anyway, we wanted you to be driving here too, Casey, but it's okay. You'll get out here Friday and we'll have a great show and everything else too. So Casey Joe Gimel joining us up. More girl power on the show. So Casey Joe, thanks for having, and also Advil Care. And yes, I have one of these jugs every day, full of it, that I drink every day. So
you even brought some along with you.
I did. It wasn't as toasty today as it's been all week, but I figured y'all might need a little hydration.
I think we need to start mixing some up.
Yeah.
Can we mix some up?
You betcha.
Kyler, have you had some of this Advil Care?
I have. I love it.
So I brought you. You guys can pick different flavors. This is the electrolyte replacement drink. So we got melon, we got fruit punch, some grape, and some pomegranate tangerine.
I want the fruit punch.
All right. So there's your fruit punch.
All right.
It'll be a mystery.
Okay.
Give me. I don't want grape. Anything but grape.
Anything but grape. All right.
You don't like grape, but you want
No.
straight? No.
All right. So you're just gonna rip them open, pour them in, shake them up, and swig it. And
How does it help with hair growth? Do you have any rejuvenate hair
How's
growth?
it help with what?
Hair growth.
It's replenishment and electrolyte. It is not rejuvenation of hair cells. We do have some stuff.
You had
that
him
has-
excited for a second.
Yeah. So looking forward to being out here on Friday night with the IMCA Modifieds and also bringing out like a little hydration station for all the drivers. So everybody's going to have a chance to try the rehydrate, but
Yes, we do it in the victory and after the heat race. No, we don't just do it after the features. no.
features, yeah.
So maybe we'll have to have just some regular waters down. Pretend hot it is, whatever. But okay, I want to.
Hey, we're not going to cheers.
Oh yeah, we got a cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to
Cheers to Advocare and Casey Joe Gimel bringing
Yeah.
us hydration.
Here's to staying hydrated.
It's pretty good.
Good
It
stuff.
I'll give him that.
Staying hydrated and hammer down.
And let me tell
Let's
you,
do this.
this last weekend out at Hayes, it was so hot, so
whole
hot.
Speed Week was hot. We had 4 nights of it, and it was.
Jake and I were drinking a lot of water and a lot of stuff, and it was kind of crazy. So, and we get a little noise going now here.
You know, this is the first time. This is the first time I've ever sat in the stands and watched a race car out there. It's kind of a cool experience.
It's louder. That's why we thought it would be very cool to do it.
What's it like when 20 of them out there?
I
So if you want to hear some noise, you want to have some fun, Friday, Saturday's got to be your time to get out here and go.
The noise gets in this grandstand, how it's covered, and it just
It gives goosebumps.
yeah.
It totally does. So I'd never raced up here at the fairgrounds until this year.
You've never been on this track?
Never been on this track. My brother's raced here. My dad's raced here. Of course, Brendan and his whole family's raced here many a time. So I've been in the stands, but I had never actually been on the track until the first race out this year.
Okay, so
And
now-
You've been to Stockton,
Yes.
the half mile of Stockton.
yeah, I ran.
How did that half mile of Stockton compare to Hutch?
I feel like first of all, I did horrible at Stockton. That was the first time I'd ever been on. I totally missed the setup, and we'll just say I participated there. But I feel like the track here has a little bit more character. And I don't know, it has a nostalgia. You know, anytime you go to a fair race, and I bet, Kyler can talk about, last week, all Speed Week, that was the fair races. And a lot of times those tracks don't have races very often. And so the whole crowd comes out. And I mean, there was a huge crowd there, but I tell you what, the first night that we rolled out here at we rolled out here in Hutch. it was awesome. And I mean, like, you could hear the roar of the crowd. And, you know, out at Dodge City, we get great crowds too. It's cool. Like on the fan appreciation nights, there's a ton of people, but it was nothing like what it was coming around there and just seeing the whole grandstand. So get yourself out here if you haven't been. It's a lot of fun. And then did you know, after the races, one of my favorite parts, I've been racing for 28 years. I just dated myself quite a bit.
That's okay.
But as a kid, my favorite thing was to go meet the drivers, to go get their cards. Some of them had T-shirts. Back now, it seems like everybody's got T-shirts. But getting to go down in the pits afterwards and meet the racers. So hang around, and after the races are over with, go down there and talk to them, because it makes my day. I've got pictures with fans. And these little girls, they started out as my little race fans, and they were actually the flower girls in Brendan and I's wedding.
There you go.
And so that's just awesome. So the fans make it worth it.
Speaking of after the races, we're going to have little festivities after the races about 100 yards behind the grandstand here at Charlie's Beer Garden.
21 and older fans.
21 and older fans. But we're going to get some of the winning cars from the A features on Friday night and the URSS heat races, if they will, to drive down there to the beer garden and park there in front of the beer garden and meet fans and have a good time. And they're going to be open until 2, I think. So they're going to have a big party both Friday night and Saturday night after the races.
Did we get the karaoke machine?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did. I got the karaoke machine. He already agreed to sing Prince.
No.
Prince?
No.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Craig Shive has the deal. If
You
we
can
raise
get
$500,
all you
we're
want.
singing a trio.
Not happening.
500?
It's gonna.
You said it.
Is
I
it 500 a person?
No,
or
it's a $500 going to the Steve King Foundation. Let's put
Oh,
that
okay.
out.
I like
then
that.
It's going to a good cause.
I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't sing.
Practice that.
No.
You could be the bass.
Yeah.
You got this.
Oh, yeah.
See, there you go.
Anyway, we
got
were
it.
out here, the very first race, we're out here, Casey Joe, and we were testing the mics and stuff. An old boy here started singing the national anthem. I said, stop.
He'd never heard something so pretty.
Oh, man.
So you're right. Come after the races. Come check out the drivers in the pits. That is a fun time. Casey Joe, we had a good experience last out at Salina. Whole bunch of kids come up to Jake's car, got a good picture, and that's the ultimate fun of racing.
It's our
Is
future.
after
That's why we're here.
And then head over to Charlie's after that. From that party, be open till I think 2:00, but I was also till midnight. I'm not sure how late that is, but Charlie's going to have a good time for you over there from that part. But definitely go down and meet the drivers, meet the people, meet the crews, see the rigs. I mean, those rigs, these several kind of people are going to roll in are pretty cool. But I agree with you 100%, Jay. So come down and meet the drivers, come down and meet everybody, mingle through the pits, and then head up wherever you're going to go next.
Yeah, because everybody's kind of said it, but really it truly is the reason that the racers do what they do. And we can't do that if there's not fans in the stands.
That's right.
Yes, we come out and we race for a little bit of money, but I guarantee you at our level, nobody's making this their life. This is not how we make all of our money. This is, our hobby. It's our very expensive hobby, but we come out here to put on a show for the fans. And if there's not fans in the stands, we don't get to do what we like to do. So grab somebody that's never been and come out here Friday or Saturday night. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Casey Joe, you're right. It's an expensive hobby, but you know what? We could have a big old boat sitting in the lake or doing that. Everybody's got a different opinion what you do with that. Everybody asks me, why do I race? It's the fun. It's the fun experience. The relationships I make with my son and Nick and Kyler and everybody that I meet. It's fun. We almost become family with all of the people in the pit,
totally.
you pit beside and all that kind of stuff. But
I literally became family with someone I met at the racetrack. Bridget and I met at the racetrack out in Dodge City, but talking about family, like you watch your kids, I was a kid watching my dad race and it made me want to do it. My brother raced. And now, Jace, him and I were out in the shop today working on my car, trying to get that thing back together for Friday night. And, he's ready to race, so
exactly.
It's going to come. But so
why is he not in the go-kart yet? What's going on?
That time will come.
Okay.
I also believe a kid doesn't need to just get handed it. They got to earn it. So he's got to work with us. He's got to want to go out there. I'm not just going to get it ready for him and he go for it. So
I need you to come to my house.
And we're working on, he's been doing some tire prep for me, which is nice. He's getting real excited. Right.
The legal kind of tire prep.
Totally.
Get the cyber out. Let's take the samples in this
You
week.
hear that, Alan and Craig?
I will tell you what I think helped Jake a lot. Jake raced RC cars for quite a while. And that just that hand and eye coordination that he worked and everything else too. I think that really helped him. We raced go-karts for 1 year, and not to bag on the go-kart. My go-karts, every time I'd show up to the track, I didn't have the right compound. I didn't do the right stuff to prep my tires and all that kind of stuff. It was always a nightmare for me on that side of the coin. So we did it for about a year. I threw Jake in that modified too quick, probably, but here we go and everything else too. But I tell you that RC car thing really, I think, helped Jake. But
we may have to try that. We got Mario Kart for Christmas. That was our family present. We have some intense Mario Kart games. I usually get my butt kicked. Like it's usually Brendan and Jace that are like going after it, but Callie and I have fun too. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Casey Joe, your car's about ready. I can't wait for this Friday to kick off. It's going to be fun. We got to fill these stands. I keep telling everybody, this is our make or break point. This is our biggest race of the year. We got to pump these stands. We got to show this fair board. I want to go in next week with some dates to say, here's what we want to do for 2025, 26, 27. And that's what we need. We need these stands to be packed. Everybody wants the sport, wants this racetrack to stay here as bad as we all want to keep this racetrack here. And we just got to keep going. So, Advocare, thank you for that. Thanks for bringing that for the racers at the end of the deal. And I will tell you, every night when I hand those out, they're all very appreciative of it. And I tell them it's from you. I tell them what it is. And I've even had some guys come over, can I get another one?
Well, racers, when you check in, you'll have a sample. And then I'm going to bring a little stash to have at the trailer, but I've got a website too. So anybody can get it anytime off my website.
Where's it at?
So it's CaseyJoeAdvo.com. And I've even got a special promo code for just anybody that sees it on here. You can go to CaseyJoeAdvo.com, get your spark, get your rehydrate, whatever, and then put in champion 10 and you get 10% off.
Hey, there
So
you
how
go.
about that?
There we go.
And then
So-
after the races come down, I've got some free tickets that you give away for fan appreciation at Dodge.
Totally.
So you
Yes.
come down and
Looking forward to
give your
that next
cards.
weekend.
There's a lot of things going on.
It is. Anyway, and I will vouch for the Advocare. Every day is in my cup. Drink it, love it. I have all the different flavors. And I've not really had I've loved them all. There's
Yeah.
not really a bad flavor.
They're
for
all
me.
pretty good. You can have like a sweet flavor, a tart flavor. We just came out with pineapple whip, and I actually brought you guys samples so you can have it for tomorrow's Giddy Up and Go.
Tomorrow's
Sweet.
Giddy
I
Up.
didn't figure you needed a spark about now, but the rehydrate is
That
a
is
good.
probably true.
Yes.
I don't need any spark right now, but I will tell you, I found out there at Hayes, it was so hot. We were out there. Me and Jake rolled in there at about 10 o'clock, and then we went and got some lunch with Kyler and his family and everything. And we come back, and we're out there working, and like we screwed up. We didn't take a tent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Got a little toasty.
let me tell you, we went through the hydrate. I tell
Yeah.
you, we did go through the hydrate from that part. So it's very good stuff for you. Casey Joe, excited for you to get back on the racetrack. Excited for everybody to be here. It's just going to be fun. I appreciate you joining us, hanging out with us for a little bit. Want to get more girl power on here, like you said, with Kaylee. And we should
What I wanted to hop on here to help just promote this sport. And it's not just girl powered. Like we race cars and we happen to be girls, you
Yeah.
know, but anybody can do it. Like, but it's awesome to see that if you've got the passion, you get behind the wheel, elbows up and get after it. And I think it's awesome the success that Kaylee's had. Like,
Yeah.
and I was going through all the stuff. I mean, and to have that kind of talent get to be here too. Like you guys got to get down to her trailer after, go to the USAC trailer, get her stuff, because that's also a thing. Just growing your fan base is huge in that as well. And she races all sorts of stuff. I'm sure I didn't hear all the stuff she was sharing, but check her out.
Speaking
So
of that, so like you've been in modified as long as I've been in. Is there another type of car that you'd ever want to try?
great question. I like the modified. You know, Brendan got to drive a late model last year and he said it was a lot of fun. I think that would be fun. If I admitted that I might want to get in a sprint car, my dad might disown me. But, you know, my brother used to run the sprint cars. I got to get in one and I was on the track at Jetmore for like 2 laps, but the road grader was up there too. So I got to like hammer on it to get down the straightaway and that was it. But that could be some fun. But I ultimately think like a late model, but I really like the stock cars, like the stock car division. I feel like that is growing. Not that it's any less expensive, but that could just be some good racing. And it'd be awesome if my dad would get back in one.
Yeah.
Because we used to race against each other all the time. And so, but the stock car was probably when I had the most fun. But the modified, I've been in it for a long time and
Just feel comfortable.
I feel comfortable. And really this year has been awesome. You know, we got a new car and have had some great consistency, and just that wind's coming around the corner. Hopefully, Jace was out there making his laps. I'm going to be chasing him, or he's going to have to be chasing me. That's the goal. But I know we got a lot of other fast cars coming. It's going to be a good time Friday night for us modifieds.
It is. I'm going to tell you, Casey Joe, too. Now I'm going to put on my racer hat instead of the promoter hat side of that. I kind of fought with these guys just a little bit because I wanted to race Saturday night. But we're going to have so much going on. It's probably better that I'm racing, Jake and I are racing on Friday instead of Saturday.
Friday works real good. We got a baseball tournament and a cheerleading performance on Saturday. So I'm so glad that, my kids run my schedule nowadays.
Yeah, I get it. Understand. So, Casey Joe, thanks for driving over for a little bit, taking some time. I know you need to get working on your car, get that together. So, I hope we didn't hurt you on time on that. Probably not. I doubt it, but just hope we didn't.
We'll get her done one way or the other.
Thank you for the hydrate that we needed it because my cup was empty. So, thank you for that. We'll have Advocare sitting out here for your racers to help replenish you during the races and stuff. And I'm excited for this weekend.
Yep, it's going to be a good time.
I'm telling you, my adrenaline runs and going, and I'm sleeping maybe 4 hours a night because I wake up and think about this, I think about that. I'm just excited. So I don't know if it's nerves or excitement, but I think it's more excitement than it is nerves. So I just can't wait to get going.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about USAC being here. Kyler, I'm excited about your sprint cars to be here. And we're going to have a blast. You just don't want to miss it. Get in these stands and pack them full. So, Casey Joe, anything else? I want to get Chaz on here for just a minute. And everything else too. So thanks for
grab a friend and get your feet and your butt in a seat.
There you go. Feet and butt in a seat.
I was trying to make it right. You know how you stuff sounds so much better in your head and then it comes out of your mouth and you're like, what did I just say? Get here and bring somebody with you. That's what I'm going to say because it'll be a lot of fun.
Please do.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Casey Joe, thank you. Appreciate it very much. We'll get Chaz on here. Chaz is coming in here. And we'll talk to him for a little bit, what's on his agenda and everything else, too. So, Chaz, come on in, buddy.
Oh, my.
We'll get Gus to get you.
Oh, my. You hear that here?
Come on in.
The wild one is here.
Kyler, you need to come on in a little bit.
Chaz, thanks for coming to the big city of Hutchinson. Excited for what excitement you can bring. Tell the fans and listeners what's on your agenda and what you got going on, what we're going to have fun with this weekend.
The salt mines.
The salt mines.
I didn't know all about it. I was like, Salt City, why are they doing this? So you got to research a little bit. What's this Salt City? I didn't know that y'all were that big into this.
Big time salt.
Big time
salt.
Well, salt used to run the world.
Yeah.
There's a joke out there, turn oil into salt, because the way how oil plays a role in today's society, salt used to be just as big, like refrigerator. There used to be wars over it.
There's caverns all over this town and everywhere.
Right, yeah. So it's a big attraction to the town. Apparently, the salt mines that are out there. But
it is very true. So you're going to do some YouTube stuff for us.
Yes.
I'm mainly excited for what you can do to bring attention to this track.
Right.
And everything else from that part. So you're going to do some videos. Tell everybody what you do. I guess that's the next
talk show. Most people know me from my talk shows, but I do my hype videos, music videos, documentaries of race nights with teams, but mainly just going around talking about races, where I'm going, what's happening in the racing world as well. Obviously, this week has some big events in the country, but I mean, this is a little different. Obviously, the stuff that happened this all season got a lot of eyes to this racetrack, and everybody wants to see it succeed.
Right.
And this is y'all's big moment of the year. This is y'all's big race, I believe, of the season.
It is.
So I think it's deserving of attention. I think it's worth talking about and bringing eyes towards. So in Kansas and the Midwest, it's not, Iowa or PA or California, where you got these big giant racing scenes every single weekend. So when there's something like this magnitude here in town, it kind of deserves to have that little bit more of a spotlight to it.
And you've been everywhere, right? You've been in Australia.
Yeah, we just got back from Australia. This is an Australian shirt, actually. But yeah.
So what's your favorite track you go to? You have one, or you got many, or what?
Well, there's facilities, and then there's racetracks.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite racetrack would probably be Placerville, California. I'm a short track sprint car. Hold on, what happened?
I don't know.
Oh my.
So okay.
My.
Anyway, so favorite
short track. I'm a short track sprint car guy. Placerville would probably be my most favorite racetrack. As far as like facility, it's hard to beat Perth Motorplex. I was just telling her about it. You got this $20 million facility that they built in the 2000s. You're basically standing where we're standing with the dirt track here, and then you turn around at the top of the stands, and there's a drag strip, the starting line right here, and you look off into the sunset, and there's a downtown vacation destination. So
Yeah.
And then I mean, Sydney's really nice too. That they take it so much. We were talking about that briefly over there, like over there in Australia. You know, there's a lot of governmental funding of racetracks. You know, $120 million to the Sydney Speedway that they just built for racing. You know, and there's a lot of things over there that are admirable that I think we could learn from and kind of integrate with local regional facilities. You know, Port Royal, which is somewhat, and I was just talking to Tommy about this, what this track kind of reminds me of is a little bit of a mix between Port Royal and Williams Grove. If it had a little bit of a baby, you know, it's kind of got the sweep, but not as tight as Williams Grove, but the length of the straightaways is a Port. But Port Royal used to be a track that was kind of run in the ground, and then they did a lot of things with the government with grants because it's a fairground style facility and built it up to the allure that it is now. You know, it's potentially considered the #1 track in the country. In the country, potentially PA. So it's fun to get around and see how different places operate. But American tracks, man, the short track sprint car stuff is fun. The big tracks has its allure, especially you got Silver Crown coming here. You got Silver Crowns on a half mile. It's kind of a short track version for the Silver Crown cars. You know, those are big mile tracks usually they're on, but it's going to be an interesting race. You've got a lot of good drivers coming, a lot of fast cars, and the track here is just, I was here for 2 hours yesterday, walked around the entire facility from the tops to the bottoms to the 5-foot concrete walls y'all got here. So you go to the outside and it kind of looks like a fort, you know, like a little fort here. And it's going to be interesting to see how those big cars get around this track. It's a little bit of a pincher in the one, a pincher off of 4, you know, and it sweeps off. So you're going to see guys toss it sideways before the flag stands, you know. So
that's going to be awesome.
I think you are too.
Yeah.
So what you're really saying is fairgrounds around the country have racetracks.
Most of them. The smart ones, I would say. The smart ones.
It can't be done.
Well,
and it is being done.
It is being
That's what
done.
we want to show and what we want to do here. We want to show that this fairgrounds can have a racetrack and be successful and have many races with it, fill the stands, but it can be done.
It can be done. I mean, you look at the central PA area, that's their draw is racing. You look at Iowa, Boone, you know, Knoxville, at Marion County Fairgrounds. That's what that track is. It's a fairground track. So, and that's potentially the biggest race of the year. It's top 5 in world attraction, I believe it's top 5 of United States world attractions. So, I mean, there's no doubt that racing and fairgrounds should go hand in hand, especially in Kansas, you would think, because, I mean, what else? I mean, it's not like y'all got a, you know, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, I guess, in the wintertime, but in the summer, I mean, I'm comparing to professional sports, but as far as attractions, how many facility-based attractions do you got that, you know, you could have here? You could have a destination.
And guys, there's a reason why there's a 10,000 seat grandstand in front of this racetrack and not in the horse barn, in the sheep barns and all that too.
I got it.
You know,
I get it.
Hey, man, the evolved version of horse shows is horsepower. You know, I'm just saying.
Horses started racing here.
Hey, man,
120 years ago.
I'm sure the salt guys were mad at oil when it came along and refrigeration. You know, I mean, I'm sure that was a problem. But no, I didn't know you were going to make that turn. We could make that turn.
That's okay.
Me and Donnie Schatz get along very well. No, I'm just playing.
We can have horse shows over there, but we need to have races over here.
Over here.
Yeah. Unison.
Yeah.
Tag team, work together. That should be how everybody should be.
We got to work together. I agree with you 100%. And that's where I've said in all the times is we got to have the horse shows, but we got to have racing too. We got to have all these different shows that keep this whole fairgrounds working together. We all got to work together to schedule to help each other, but it can be a great racetrack and it's got a great potential behind this racetrack. We just got to show the fair board. We're going to fill these stands and get a multi-year deal and really have fun.
That'd be awesome. I already picture the billboard once again, horse shows and horsepower. It works together. Why not?
There we go.
I'll make you a country song this week. That's what we'll do. Horse shows and horsepower. I'll wear my cowboy hat.
Okay, Chas, tell the listeners and watchers a little bit about yourself. You've been doing this YouTube and stuff for a while.
Yeah, originally I started being a track announcer and websiting and doing television commercials and stuff for Devil's Bow down there in Dallas, where I'm from. Then I started doing talking on, they used to call them talk shows. Now they call them podcasts. I started out where they were just talk shows on a camera, but started talking about some real stuff, dabbled into the politics of the racing world. And that's when you pretty much have to do it on your own or don't do it, because if you try to work under the umbrella, it seems like you got to play within the politic game. And I was anti-politics of racing, that is. And pretty much just been truth telling. People appreciate it when I get on there and say the truth or say what I think, at least. Some people call it like Donnie Schatz calls it the Joe Rogan of dirt or whatever. So it's talk shows, but it's entertainment. And I'm always traveling and getting into it with some fans every now and then, having fun. No physical, but, just having friendly debates and all that and traveling and going, just talking about stuff that seems like most people are afraid to talk about in the media departments. But it's got me going where I've went. It's got me across the country. It's got me to Australia. I do some nice videos. I did stuff for Bristol, a lot of hype work there too. It got me to that level of doing things, and music videos as well. I wasn't kidding. This horse shows and horsepower. That's a good ringer right there.
We're gonna have,
hey man, I think this.
Hey, watch it now. We want royalties off of it.
Well, if you go, no, this is bull crap. This is bull. If you go to the Chaz right now on YouTube, which is my number one thing, it was Facebook, but during COVID, I kind of spoke up against it. They took it away, but. It will be This Is How We Do, one of my music videos. It's like one of the more popular videos. But then if you scroll, like, you'll see me talking about this, or a guy got fired from Trump deal, or so I mean, there's a bunch of everything, but it's mainly usually racing. And then of course this week it's hard to not talk about, or last week, RTJ and Hudson O'Neal.
Oh yeah, that's pretty hot, right?
That was the number one talk of the week, and it seemed like I was the only one not scared to talk about it. Everybody else is just P's and Q'ing the situation.
And then they went out and ran 1-2 at Eagle the other night.
Oh,
so
man, and
they were mixing it up.
Well, and it Hudson O'Neal's winning so far, right? Second, first. So I mean, it's. We like to think that, and I've always said this, in dirt racing, you drive the car on asphalt, the car drives you, or you're riding in the car more so than driving it. But Hudson O'Neal went from a top 10 guy to in that car, second 1-1. So, I mean, these cars do matter a lot. Anytime you put a 4-link on the vehicle, it don't matter if it's a modified or a late model. It's a big, that setup is a big part. But
oh yeah, trust me, I get that part of it.
We could talk about racing. You could talk about tires. What are they doing out there to them? Are they putting them in the shed, smashing them?
Who knows what they're doing with them, right, Nick?
They got that sauce. They got that sauce on them.
Sauce on them.
They got that sauce. Hey man, that sauce is real.
I like Frank's Red Hot. That's my
Frank's
sauce.
Red Hot.
Frank's Red Hot. There
Simple
you go.
Green.
Simple Green.
Simple Green. Hey man, I'm telling you, the Simple Green. But see, that's the type of stuff. Most of my stuff is labeled a comedy.
Yeah.
So even though you got to say that when you're telling the truth, so you don't get sued. I'm just joking, guys. I don't know nothing. What are y'all talking about? I don't know. I was just kidding.
Anyway, Chaz, thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. I'm excited for what you're going to do to help bring some more attention to this racetrack.
Right.
Really appreciate it very much. Your time, your effort. The week's just getting started.
Right. I got a real good video coming. Like I said, that video from last night.
So
got some real good
where do they go see it?
Well, I might just end up giving it to you, but the Chaz YouTube, that's the main spot.
Just the Chaz.
The Chaz.
Okay.
With a Z.
With a Z.
And then all the other socials is Long Live the Chaz, longlivethechaz.com. And that's what the audience, when I first started doing it, I just called it Dirt Track State of Mind. And then through me saying all this stuff, they were like, hell yeah, go the Chaz, long live the Chaz. They just started saying it. So I was like, hey, maybe I'll let the people name the brand, Yeah. So back to percentages, I owe a lot of people royalties, according to that guy.
So what you're saying, we're not going to get our royalties for a while.
Well, and apparently y'all got this pre-race show at the beer garden or whatever. Or
it's after the race.
It is after the race.
It's after the races. We want everybody, after you get done at the races Friday night, go down to the pits, check out the cars, the drivers, and then head over to Charlie's Beer Garden. He's going to have a band over there. A band or a DJ?
Karaoke.
No, ain't no karaoke.
Yeah, we were serious about karaoke.
I can do some karaoke. I can.
Well, we'll have to get you up there and get you doing something.
Oh, well, it's a beer garden that started the show. And I'll be doing content. So if you come to the beer garden, you may be on the video.
Might be.
2 weeks ago, I did a pretty good viral video with Tyler Carpenter at Muskegum. It was about some shorty shorts.
I love that shorty
shorts. Oh, God. He knows all about it. We reached like 2.78 million people in a day. It was crazy. It was crazy.
That's what I need, Chaz.
I know. Well,
for this track.
if you go to the beer garden and you get drunk and do something stupid, you'll be viral. As long as you don't hawk Tua. Don't hawk Tua. Whatever you do.
Well, that's why we're trying to get him to sing karaoke, but he won't figure it out.
Hawk Tua on the mic, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, I get it. So anyway, again, Chaz, excited. Thank you. Can't thank you enough for being here to bring the excitement to this racetrack. That's what we need. Everybody, it's time to go. The race car's coming back one more time. It's hard to talk when the thing's running. I thought it'd be fun to have some noise running in the background, which it is kind of fun, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
it is.
It
I
is.
gotta like it.
From that start. But let's have a fun week. Let's
Right.
have a great week. Let's have a lot of fans. Let's have a lot of excitement. Friday, get your ticket spot online. Save time to not have to just skim in, scan your tickets and get in each night. Fill the stands. That's what this is about. We're saving this racetrack and everything else too. So Chaz, thank you. Nick, thank you. Kyler, thank you. We've all had some hard work getting here where we're at today, and just excited for this weekend.
Let's get her done.
You ready to go?
Let's
I'm
do
ready.
it.
You ready?
Oh
I
yeah.
know Tommy's ready. Are
When you
ready?
said
I'm
fill
ready.
the stands, I was confused because fill the stands. I'm like, what? They're right here. But yeah, I get it. Yeah. The cars will be louder than that.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
big crate out there, ain't it?
That's
a
just
crate.
one car.
Hey, now.
Hey, is it a crate?
It's
It's
a
a
crate.
crate.
Oh, it's a
It
crate
came
mod.
it came in a crate.
It's a crate mod. Freaking crate mods.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Please, we're putting a lot of effort to keep this racetrack alive. We need you all to get in these seats. Fill up both nights, Friday and Saturday. If you can't come just one, I get it. But let's go racing. Let's go have fun. And to hear all that noise in the background, wait till you have 24 of those Silver Crown cars screaming around here at one time. It's going to be a blast for 100 laps. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you Friday right out here at the racetrack, and Saturday morning, 9 o'clock live. We're going to be in the beer garden doing another live video on the Under the Hood show. Everybody, have a great night. Let's see you here, everybody here Friday.